All right, now to talk Raider football on the Bottom Line Bombs here with the man in the box. I have the Raider insider, Brian Potrafka. Powski, welcome to the show. Let me bring you up here. There you are.
Hey, how you doing, CJ? Good to see you.
Great to
You
see you
talking
too.
Raiders? Or what have you been up to?
Talking Raider. Well, I've just been going through the AFC West. I'm here in Las Vegas, so we might as well talk Raider football. You are the number one diehard Raider fan. You've taken over bars in Chicago with the Raider shrines, and you've bled for them. Literally, I've seen you punch TVs and bleed for them during the Tuck Rule Bowl. But you're looking good now. You have a nice Kenny Stabler look to you there.
Yeah, I had a forehead extension.
Okay.
Just a whole different type of setup.
A forehead
But
extension. Okay.
yeah, I've been a quiet at home Raider fan for like 3 years. And I always say like it would be healthy for me to go out among Raider fans. And I'm just like, yeah, but I don't have to.
Right. That's true. It used to be a whole thing when you used to get community and the shrine, all of that.
Right.
You're always it's always a good bunch. Your Raider fans are an eclectic bunch, one of the best fan groups in football for sure. They dress up, a lot of cosplay, and Harley, the Star Wars and
I want to hook up with the old group I used to hang out with just because I know there's someone in that group I dislike and I want to let him know.
Yeah, I believe there's a lot of vendettas. But where are you calling from now? You look, the woods there, the hair's flowing, you got a suit on, you look good.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
It looks like downtown Chicago right there. It looks like beautiful.
Yeah, I'm in Uptown.
In Uptown,
we got a little park.
Ah, nice
right
little
by
park.
Where I live.
Yeah, nice little park there, so you can take out and get some fresh air there in the beautiful city of Chicago.
Totally.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's get into your Las Vegas Raiders. They moved there. What did they move there? 3-4 years ago now at this point? I can't remember.
At least 4.
Yeah, at least 4 because they've gone through 2 coaches, 2 quarterbacks. Let's take Las Vegas.
They got a long-term coach turnover.
Right. They've gone through Carr and they went through Jimmy G here. And let's start right. We'll start right with the top.
The Carr thing was a sickening relationship at the end. That was way too long. For
sure. So here's your Las Vegas Raiders. It starts right with the top. I love your owner, Mark Davis, the son of Al Davis. He's hilarious. He's just a horribly just unfortunate looking man, but he leans into it. He loves it, so much so that he dates like a young model. He hangs out with the most handsome men around, like David Beckham and Tom Brady, to accentuate how ugly he is.
Yeah.
He loves, I kind of like that about him.
For accent. Yeah, but I think I saw a picture of him floating around at some point in time. He had a regular haircut and he looked like a lot different.
Really? Yeah, I don't like him with
like he didn't.
Haircut.
This makes him look like a special boss kid. I mean, it totally. With the normal haircut, he just looked like a generic looking guy. This is better.
Yeah, it is better. He stands out. He looks like the Ben Stiller character he did when he's the special needs kid in Tropic Thunder. The whatever when they say don't go full on retard or whatever that quote.
Yeah, he's that type.
Simple Jack. That's who he looks like. Simple Jack.
But I like him because I think he has a good heart and he's truly a fan of the team.
Absolutely. And he's a Davis. You got to love because of what the fans with Al Davis for sure.
I feel bad because Al didn't like him, considered him a disappointment. Probably hated him just because of his looks. No, I don't. Al's
maybe. And Al was an unfortunate looking man, but not this unfortunate. So
it's not that simple, but Al wanted a little Al, not him.
Yeah, he's certainly not a little Al. But
so I feel bad.
He's still a personality, and like I said, they've done some terrible hires of John Gruden. We brought up, of course, and McKay, the GM. And then, of course, they had Josh McDaniels, horrendous. And they fired him on Halloween night, and they hired Antonio Pierce.
I love Pierce.
Yeah. So what do you think about it? What do you think about Antonio Pierce? So he's the interim coach. That's never a good thing when the interim coach comes over and the players rally around and like, you hire him. And then you got to wake up with this hangover. I mean, they did lose to Jeff Saturday's Colts for crying out loud. But
I think normally, but I think in this case it works.
I 100% agree. I think with the Raiders, it does work. And you know what? Their defense played great once he got hired. They only gave up 16 points a game once they hired him, and that was that was a 9-game stretch they went on.
Plus, just watching them, they were so much more energized and
Yes.
animated. It seemed like they had like their whatever, their prison chains cut or whatever. I mean, they were like free running around being Raiders.
Right, and the Raiders are that one team that buys into that bullshit, of character.
Yeah, they
you
do.
know what I mean? Like all that thing, and they they needed it because they definitely lost their identity with Josh McDaniels and Gruden. All that, and I think they got a bit. Gruden had an attitude, but they drafted so terribly to set the organization back.
There's still a few good Gruden picks on the team, though. There was like 3 of them I thought of the other day.
Max Crosby, of course,
yeah,
was a 4th-round pick. That's just, I mean, that's the you can always hang your hat on that. But so they had a quarterback better. I like this Raider team. The roster is good. The only problem is the quarterback situation, but it was between Aiden O'Connell. They went with Minshew, and I like this about Pierce too. They asked why did you go with Minshew? And he's like, I don't know. He's just got a good attitude. Like he's got moxie. Like his talent wasn't there, but he's got the players love him, and
it felt like he said, what can I say? The man's a poet,
right?
He flips and he flies and he zips around. And fires us all up to do cartwheels.
It wasn't inspiring about Gardner Minshew, nor was it inspiring about Pierce. Like both were like, oh God, jeez, we're for a long run with both of them. But Pierce 20-1.
That combined with everything. Like right after Gardner Minshew was a bad game, like you named your starter. It's like over your own draft pick. Like my first reaction was just the 2 dots and the upside down frown picture, like just like fuck.
But Minshew,
I was thinking, I thought really that you should take. I was going to tell everyone to take the over. I still will, whatever it is, 6.5.
Yeah,
there'll be a game better. Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
That's all right. We'll get to that at the end. We'll go to the schedule, and then we'll pop you up there. There you are.
That's all.
That's it. You okay? Speak. I want to move the mouth again there. You kind of look like you can follow the with Gardner Minshew.
We got to get that mouth to move on this thing somehow.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, let me move on through. So real quick, Pierce 20-1 win Coach of the Year. I could see that happen just because people do like him. Minshew 81 comeback player of the year. That's wasting money because what's he coming back from? Just being not as good.
Hey, he made the Pro Bowl.
He did make the Pro Bowl. That's what I mean. So comeback player of the year.
Right.
Money. So here's your 3 stars. Like I said, Max Crosby, the only good pick John Gruden had, I think, as a 4th-round pick. At least the best one.
4th round.
Yeah, he's the man. He defines the Raiders exactly who they are. Him and Devontae Adams both love Pierce, so that's all it takes.
Devontae's not Devontae. I was thinking of Max has become the new like Lyle Alzado.
Yeah. He is a modern day Lyle. Yeah.
Or I mean, he's more like Howie Long, I guess, but just that.
Oh, you're right. He's a good combination of Lyle and Howie Long. He's 7-1 when defensive player of the year, which is pretty chalky. But who's the other defensive
small compared to Tyree Ellis? Oh, they've had Greg Townsend.
Yeah, well, of course they had Greg Townsend. I'm saying this year though, I know they have Malcolm Kuntz and Byron Young on
Kuntz.
The line.
They got that rookie Tyree
Wilson.
I'm trying to think of their 4th defensive end, but I can't right now.
Well, they have Byron Young and
Byron Young's a tackle, I think.
Right, he's a tackle. They also got Christian Wilkins from Miami as a D tackle.
Wilkins excites me.
Yeah,
that's one thing that excites me. His energy with Crosby's energy, like them trying to outdo each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of like their defense with Divine Deablo and the linebacker Spillane. Their cornerback.
Oh yeah, Spillane is perfect for that position. And he doesn't seem like Pierce at all, but Pierce just like treats him like he's his favorite player. Pierce loves Spillane.
Right. He likes all of them. And their D-backs, Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones, are pretty good.
I think I'm going to say the Raiders live or die outside of having brutal quarterback play. It's going to live or die by Jack Jones this year. Because he's very dangerous, and the kind of shit talking that usually backfires because he creates bulletin board material. But he's been doing good so far.
Yeah, was he the one who did the Patrick Mahomes Kermit the Frog doll who grabbed it at least, whatever?
I didn't really read close enough to see if he was linked, but I'll just guess probably.
Sure, it was funny. I mean, whatever. They act like all the Raiders team was doing it. Some fan brought it in, like at the end of training.
Yeah,
guy grabbed it. He did a funny impression. And more importantly, what do we think about Brock Bowers, the first round pick? Hilarious Raider draft pick, unnecessary. But they're going to go. I mean, they just drafted a tight end last year, which is hilarious. And Michael Myers.
He's a weapon.
Yeah, he is. So I guess they're going to go double tight with it, which I kind of like. But
yeah,
50-1 rookie year. He can be, who knows what he can be. He could be a star.
They'll make him a running back and a wide receiver, so Mayer will get out in other sets too. But he doesn't even seem human to me. He seems angelic somehow. Like there's a glow about him. Like it's not quite just normally human.
Right.
Which could be bad. Maybe that's a bad sign.
He's got it. That Brock Bowers has a glow about him.
Yeah, like he's floating above the ground just a little bit.
Okay. Apparently he's looked good in camp. The words in the camp. Then you have a bunch of other guys on offense. I mean, they do have weapons. They got Jacoby Myers, Michael Gallup, and that.
No, Gallup retired, but Trey Tucker's looking good.
Oh, Gallup retired on me. I didn't.
Yeah,
man, I got to update my information. Thank you, Trey Tucker, 75-1. Or no, Devontae Adams 75-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. But Trey Tucker, he had a great preseason game there. He's a slot. Apparently, he had off-season LASIK surgery, and now he's.
Did he? I didn't know that. That's nice. I know he worked out a ton.
Yeah, he was farsighted. Now he can finally see the football. See, apparently before he was a professional football player, but he could not see the ball at all. But he wouldn't wear glasses because he's too much of a tough guy. So now he got LASIK surgery. Now he can see it, and now he's going to be a.
He should be 100 times better now.
Right, 100 times better. I love when they just make up stories like that during camp. What was it one the other day? Christian Watson had like this underground hamstring process in Europe or something to fix his hamstrings.
In Russia.
Exactly. But their offensive line is good. Colton Miller's a Pro Bowl tackle. You have Andre James at center. I mean,
they were top 12 last year.
Absolutely.
Or 12th, I guess.
I really like this roster. And even what do we think of Zamir White though, who's replaced Josh Jacobs?
I like him.
Yeah, 120-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Alexander Madison quietly having a good camp, they said.
Has Madison ever been good, or has he just always been kind of good?
He's what we call a speed plotter, which is kind of odd. He's got speed, but he plods. He doesn't use it. Kind of like a boxer who doesn't use
change
their
up.
height. Yeah, he doesn't use their height or something like that. He does. He runs change up.
Tall fighter squats down to fight.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get into this schedule here. Let me put you up here real quick so you take a look at it. There you are.
Thanks. Now I can see.
Yeah, now you can see. Now you got your own Trey Tucker LASIK surgery. This is what
San Diego for Chargers.
Yes, absolutely. So your Raiders schedule, real quick, 8.5 is the over/under as you were.
I thought it was 7. I thought it was 6.5.
Now, well, they were 6 wins. Well, they won 8 games last year, right? They were 8-9 last year.
Yeah.
But remember, they're 17 games now. They're 3-1 just to make the playoffs. They're 10-1 to win the AFC West, 60-1 to win the AFC. And if you want to bet money, go ahead and put 101 to win the Super Bowl. But there's a couple of our favorite old Raiders, your Lester Hayes and David Casper, Ghost to Post or whatever it goes.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
He was my introduction to being a Raider fandom, just learning who he was. Because in fourth grade, I was just a comic book nerd, but we had in PE to do a passing drill, and you had to say what receiver you were. And I just asked someone, I'm like, give me a name. And he said Casper, and I caught the ball, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to check this guy out. I loved him right away, just read about the Raiders. So then I became a fan just fourth grade from that PE.
I love it. A student of slipping you Dave Casper is a name.
Yeah, that's kind of random and weird. Central Illinois.
Absolutely, I love your Central. You're a Central Illinois athletic legend. Before we take a deep dive into this schedule here,
you still have my trophy?
Yep. Well, I mean, you might have to ask Tommy Mayo. I think Tommy Mayo might have pocketed that.
Oh, it's in good hands.
Tell the Degenerates, it's your co-defensive player of the year. Is that what it was?
It was co-MVP on defense for the team.
And your team was 0-12.
And our team was ranked. And our team, there was 12 teams, and we had the number one ranked defense.
Number one ranked defense. And you had how many wins that year?
Oh, we were terrible. Our offense was so bad. I think we won 3 games.
It was kind of like that's like how Butkus was early on with the Bears. They're horrible, but he was like MVP, but he was just a monster of the midway.
Well, we'd lose every game 7-0.
Right. But they knew when they played you, you would absolutely put it.
Oh yeah,
scores on them.
I was just a free roaming linebacker, and like he basically said, just do your own thing, kind of like pick your spot and take it. So it was the most fun.
All right. So let's get into these Vegas Raiders. I think this is why they're starting Minshew early on. You open up back-to-back at Chargers and at Baltimore before you come home versus Carolina versus Cleveland, the first 4 games there. You can easily go 2-2 here, no problem, I think. What do you think about that Charger opener, though?
Well, it could be tough because they put 63 up on them last year, and they might be mad. Or, you know, I don't know. I overrate that stuff. I think they beat the Chargers.
Right, little revenge game. Herbert's got the plantar fasciitis. I like how every middle-aged white guy relates to that. Like, oh, I know what that injury's about. Yeah, oh yeah.
This injury of death right there.
It really is.
Yeah, you're ruined.
Harbaugh Pierce though is a nice opener.
Oh yeah. The Harbaugh thing's going to be interesting. I don't know. I just feel like the Raiders are going to win, but it wouldn't surprise me if they lost a close game.
Now what's going on, Powski? Usually the Raiders affect your life, your daily, your month, your year, everything. It goes on a week. You call out of work, you go on a bender, you black out if they lose, and then you scream violence and threaten anyone on the online community in subreddit threads. Here I am. I feel like you're not into it right now. What's going on?
I feel like maybe Charlie Brown not wanting to kick the football again. Because every year, the change they go with, I'm like, that's what did it. They're in now. And every year, it's like either terrible or it's always terrible. Every single year, it's terrible. Devontae Adams, we can't go wrong with Devontae Adams. It does nothing. Makes them worse.
Well, it's sad to see a Raider fan lose that.
But I'm still excited. I'm excited. Maybe Gardner will be a new Hostetler, and I do like Aiden O'Connell still. So I don't know.
Right.
It'll be like a fun year.
I'm just saying, the fun year. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's sad when you miss the spark of threatening violence onto others or yourself because of a Raider. You know what I mean? Like, that's the magic of the Raiders.
I'm more ghost than human now, like Dave Casper, the Ghost.
Like Casper the Ghost. All right. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the schedule. What are the games that pop out that you hate the most, and the team that you have to kill? Like I imagine the Steelers at home, and that'll be, God forbid, they'll show all the holy rollers and all the immaculate receptions with that one. Though, like
Baltimore looks pretty bad right now for week 2.
Yeah, Baltimore is definitely vulnerable. Is that a team you would hate the most? I mean, obviously Kansas City you hate the most. I know that for sure. But what's a sneaky team that you would hate outside of the division?
You know what? I have a sneaky team I love is Baltimore because I have in the simulation league I've got Lamar Jackson, a quarterback. So,
all right. Well, you are obviously. I know simulation is your thing there. I didn't realize you did that. I know you did it with baseball. I didn't know you do it with football as well. How's that going?
Yeah, it's even worse than baseball.
All right.
I mean, in a good way, but bad to all my friends or anyone who knows me.
Yeah,
because it's so deep. Like. Got my 5th punt returner. Fuck yeah, no fumbles. I mean, it's sadistic.
Yeah.
So,
no problem. So the schedule here, I see a bunch of 500. And then they lose some. Denver, Pittsburgh.
The KC games they just give me like a sick stomach all week because I hate them so much.
Right. You hate them very much as well as you should. And then last year, though, that was the big win of the season. That's probably what got hired.
That was the highlight of the year. I mean, not just football, the actual entire year.
As I pull your picture up here, Powski, explain to me, that was on Christmas morning, right? Raiders at Kansas City. Explain to me what you went through, what that man right there, Powski, went through on Christmas last year when the Raiders upset Kansas City.
I think it was just a lot of super nervousness. And then as soon as they got in a rhythm and started smacking them good, and I was overjoyed. I mean, it felt like, I I'd forgiven everyone who'd ever wronged me, and I mean, it was just like it was magical. I think when the Raiders score a touchdown, it feels like time freezes, and there's this archetype of the Raider that goes in motion, and everyone feels it and feels the energy, and it passes. But
Right.
it like goes beyond space and time when they score.
Wow, well, that perfect set it up. If you look,
They do have the best uniforms, and it's not even close.
That's true. The uniforms and the logo, as we were talking about. Now you
and
had
they have a true mystique or a true story behind it.
Right. I had the Raiders here at 8-9 wins, so I wouldn't really play the over or under. I don't like them.
I would. I see it at 8 or 9 too.
Yeah. You were telling me about the. Let me take this down. You were telling me about those uniforms though. You said a Stone Kid and Cal Berkeley might design those.
Like just the Raider logo, like on the helmet. It just seems like he's kind of winking at us, like a stoner designed it. Just like that will make it look right, but just kind of like.
Right, there he is. There he is over my shoulder there, if you see up there.
Yeah, he kind of looks like, oh, I'm just your dad, but I'm a Raider. And I kill people.
Yeah, I kill people. I have swords behind my back there.
Almost like Bob Dobbs or whatever.
Bob Dobbs.
The Reverend.
Absolutely, the Reverend Bob Dobbs. Well,
yeah, they're definitely high art.
But you're right. Easily the best uniforms, easily the best logo. And some of the history, of course, and Oakland is just a city where they let you live. There'll always be the Oakland Raiders to me, but
the worst thing though is every game the announcer going, "Oh, penalty for the Raiders. That's unusual."
Like
every game,
right? Like the league still has it out for him for Al Davis's lawsuit from 1,000 years ago. Like these refs have any idea what that's all about?
I know exactly. It's ridiculous.
Oh man! All right, Powski, well, thank you for joining us with the Raiders. And I put there on the ticker your Substack, which is hilarious, called Worse Than Hitler.
It's really fading out. I'm going to change it to Race to the Casket.
Race to the Casket. I enjoy that as well. Where can they
get your thank you.
But also, I want to talk about your books real quick. Plug those.
I got a few books.
Right.
You mean old ones? Yeah.
Old ones. Where can we get them? Can you get them?
Fables is sold out. Small and Wrong is still available.
Small and Wrong is sold. Fables is sold out, and there will be no more copies. Too bad. Luckily I have
none.
Right.
Yes.
But Small and Wrong.
I wish I'd saved some. Yeah, you can stick it Small and Wrong. I'll autograph it for you. I'll send it right to you if you want it.
How do you get it? Is there a website or anything?
Oh, used to be able to get it on Amazon.
All right.
I think maybe you still can.
Amazon. If not, it looks like you go to the north side of Chicago, that beautiful park that you have to be living in.